I'm here with Dr. Grace Firestone, and she is a primary care physician. She's an MD. Tell us a little bit about your schooling and where you practice now.
So I grew up in Delaware. I went to medical school at Jefferson in Philadelphia, and then I trained at Stanford for residency in family medicine. I'm now practicing at UCLA in Santa Monica.
I started to talk to Dr. Firestone, and she has a very unique story. And I want to bring some awareness and let you guys know, I want you to think about this. Are you going to be a victim to your circumstance or a victor to your circumstance? So if you would go ahead and, Dr. Firestone, tell us a little bit about you and what brings you to this platform, the message that you want to share.
A message that I want to get out is to challenge any ceilings or limitations you've either placed on yourself somehow or that others have given you. So it was 2 days after my high school graduation. I was at home. I had just trained for soccer because I wanted to, at minimum, walk on to a school, and something just didn't feel right and compelled me to go upstairs to my mom's room, where I said I don't feel so well and collapsed on her bed. Fortunately, waking her up, she called my brother, who was almost never home. He came down the stairs and saw me on the floor. He immediately started the CPR that he learned in grade school. The paramedics, police came in about 4 minutes. They shocked me with the AED multiple times throughout the night, and I was rushed to the hospital. In the emergency department, they did rounds of CPR, life-saving medications, and that lasted for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. I want to tell you now, having gone through medical residency, that is a very long time. So I know that there was a doctor that said, "We are not calling it yet, keep going." And so when I think about my own patients now and giving them a level of care or a voice, because I know how the medical system works, and I think most people understand what I mean when I say that, I go back to that memory.
Tell us about now where you stand, and you have a defibrillator in now, as you guys can see right here. But look at the shape she is in. If I can back up here, she's in competing shape. So this hasn't stopped you whatsoever, has it, Dr. Firestone, at all?
Well, if anything, it's a daily visible reminder of how lucky I am to be here at all, and to not take any day for granted. Things are typically fine until all of a sudden they're not. So even if you are feeling like you are generally in good health, that's great, but this is why I encourage you all now, and maybe a bit biased being a primary care doctor, but to go get that checkup and just make sure that there's nothing we're missing.
Yeah, to be the CEO of your own health.
Yes.
But you were so healthy as it was anyways. I think the important takeaway from this is you weren't a victim of your circumstance. You're actually taking this message out now and saying to people, listen, it doesn't matter if you lost a limb. It doesn't matter if you have a cardiac condition, or if there's something simply you're not feeling right and you have some disease, underlying disease. You can persevere, and there's things above genetics, epigenetics, that can help heal you and restore you. And we are now creating a platform called Above Genetics, which will have Dr. Sinicropi and myself, Dr. Danielle Carrera, and hopefully we're embracing Dr. Firestone with us here just to send this message. I'm just so appreciative, and I have such gratitude for you coming out and using a platform and wanting to spread your story and letting everybody know, you know. And so she is the ultimate example of taking care of yourself and making sure that yourself, because you won't be able to take care of anybody else if you don't take care of yourself. Don't you feel that? Like if your cup's not full, then forget it, right? And you got to make sure that you're feeling okay, because you don't want this to trigger, just from stress and from cortisol and everything being off if you're not eating right and drinking right and your electrolytes and so on and so forth, right?
It's true. And another passion I have is to get that message even to healthcare providers, because we need to practice what we preach, and we also need to delve into all of these details and new up and coming therapies, even if they're outside of the traditional sphere.
Regenerative medicine,
to
right?
ensure that we can have the conversations, even if the science and all of the studies aren't there yet, because regardless of that, they're being used, and so we need to take responsibility to educate ourselves to be able to help patients.
I'm very appreciative. Thank you for your story. Where can people reach out to you? Where can other providers or other patients, where can they follow you on Instagram? Is that okay?
Of course.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So best way is on Instagram. My handle is at dr.grace_Firestone.
Oh, I'm so excited.
DM me. Yeah, I just want to say, my goal with Instagram and any story or reel is that when you click, you can be confident you will gain something or learn something from it. And I'm very happy to engage as well. So feel free to DM me if you're in my area, also accepting new patients.
Yeah.
And I just really love continuity as a primary care doctor and working through a journey with someone. So welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.